As you all know, this past week we lost a special member of the Catamount family and Coach Bill Napier, and also a Northwest Georgia football legend. But Coach Land, Coach Land and I wanted to pay a tribute to Coach Nape. And kind of as we start this process, I want you to think back to when you were going through the process of hiring him, and what all went into that, because that was a unique situation.
Well, I mean, that's kind of like the Cowboys asking the Indians to come work with the Cowboys, I think, is kind of where it was. You know, first of all, just thinking about Coach Napier, he was a great football mind. And, you know, my own playing experience against him, my coaching experience against him as an assistant coach, as I began to think about being a head coach, you know, it's different in high school. In high school, you don't bring in, well, I'm going to bring in my staff.
Right.
You inherit a staff, and you work within the staff, and I was certainly blessed to have a great staff. But one of the things that we did need to do is replace the offensive coordinator. And as I began to kind of think through...
We didn't have an experienced play caller.
That's right. We didn't have an experienced play caller. We certainly had good offensive coaches,
Right.
but we didn't have a play caller. Coach Weingarten had done the play calling. And so I kind of just began to go through that. Who would be some names? And I think I even spoke with you, spoke with a few people, just trying to get some people that I felt would fit and mesh within our staff. And the name I always kept coming back to, even though it was so contrary, was Coach Napier. His time had finished at Murray. He had moved on to Southeast first, and then Adairsville. And to be honest with you, we kind of had a courtship for about 18 months before I hired him. I think he wanted to make sure it was safe to come to Dalton, you know, and to be honest with you,
You probably had to make sure it was safe to hire.
It was safe to hire, that's right. And I can remember some conversations, obviously, with Miss Freeman, our principal at that time, and she was like, Matt, you know, you sure this is what you want to do? And I said, you know, first of all, it's a great fit because our personnel fit kind of what he had done in the past. But I think more importantly, times have changed. And there was enough space between him wearing that green, as you were saying earlier,
right,
to, okay, now it's time to wear the red. And, you know, I think that's the testimonies. We'll talk later just about what kind of man he is. It's about football for him. And, you know, we offered him an opportunity to coach football. And a funny story very quickly, when I did offer him the job, we were sitting, we had to go off. We would meet at the McDonald's in Cartersville, or we'd go over, you know, to LJ and go to the Hardee's, generally around food. I learned that with Coach Napier. And we would talk. And for literally about 14 months, we would just draw plays and say, okay, well, what would you do this? I mean, and it was a real kind of feeling process. But I remember asking him, Coach, we kind of know what my expectations and your expectations. I said, just real quickly, I said, you know, would you like to come work for us? Would you like to be at Dalton? And he was eating an ice cream, and he took a bite of his ice cream. And I said, Coach, you know, 3 things that I can offer you. I said, you know, one would be, you know, you'll be the offensive coordinator. And I said, secondly, you'll call the plays. I'm not going to question you. I'm going to be on the defensive side. And I said, third is just an opportunity, your personal mission, your personal ministry. You can do it however you want to. You'll be down there with a ball and some boys, and whatever you feel you're led to do, I'm going to trust you. And I'll never forget, he kind of took a bite of his ice cream, and he said, so I'm offensive coordinator. I said, yes, sir. Took another bite. He said, and I get to call plays. I said, yes, sir. And he took one last bite, and he said, and I get to share Jesus, right? I said, yes, sir. He took another bite, and he said, okay. So, you know, I think the simplicity of that moment told me all that I needed to know about Bill Napier and how he would fit and where we were at, that the past was the past, and we were sitting there at that table at McDonald's looking at the future.
I don't think one thing that people may not know that weren't around him in the football environment that we were, how much he loved football.
Oh, consumed. Consumed is the only word that I can really think about. I mean, I think about the conversations that you guys had, conversations that he and I had,
yep,
conversations that I would walk into, and I think anybody that has been around him for any substantial amount of time, the amount of statistics that he knew. I mean, he knew the number of starts you had. Unbelievable.
He remembered plays from 1982.
Yeah, of other teams.
Yeah,
not his team, other
right,
teams.
Right.
And, you know, he was a football fan. And you know, to see someone like him that was, first of all, good at what they did. That was the first thing. Coach was a great football coach. But secondly, he was always learning. I mean, I can literally, now we've already had this conversation. He was insanely stubborn.
Yes.
he was going to do what Coach
Absolutely.
Napier was going to do. But he was always learning. And, you know, even in these last days, we had been looking at a few plays. I'd asked him about 6 months ago to look at something for us and to kind of what would the quarterback steps need to look like and that kind of stuff. And up until not very long ago, he's still conversating. Well, I talked with Billy, and this is what they're, or Matt and Kurt said this is what they're, you know, or he'd talked to another coach. And he just, literally up until he just wasn't able to, he was always learning. And I think that's a great example of when you're good at something, you're not really great at it until you realize you don't know it all.
I think we all had a rough idea of what kind of football coach we were getting, but none of us, I don't think, had idea of what kind of man we were getting. Why don't you, and that's obviously the most important thing, and that's
No
what
doubt.
became so important to us, was what he brought in that arena.
Well, and I'll do my best. You can't, his influence was immeasurable. When you define the coach-player relationship, it's almost undefinable. Unlike perhaps an educator or a businessman and a salesman or a sales manager, those relationships are defined. As a coach, it's not defined. You're what the young man needs, and sometimes they come from great homes, and you're simply just a football coach, and you build a relationship. For more often than not nowadays, you got to be more. You are a parent. You're the ride home. You're maybe a source of nutrition for them because they don't eat. You're just an ear. And, you know, some of the greatest moments that I've had as a coach was moments that I would slip away from the offense and I would slip away from the defense and try to do my head coaching duty, and I would just get fixated on Coach Napier and his quarterbacks, or Coach Napier and the linemen, and how he connected and engaged and taught. And then it was more than teaching, it was mentoring. And then it was more than mentoring, it was sharing. And then you got to that last phase, which was really seeing the influence. And regrettably, it takes moments like this sometimes for us to really realize the impact that someone has. And I've said this many times, and I believe this. Coach Napier was a difference maker and not a statement maker. He wasn't about anything for the moment. He was about changing lives, changing lives for positive. And he used a football, and he used some turf, and he used a whistle. And with that connection that he made with those young men, it may have been 1 or 10 or 100, but he would change those men. And I can tell you, as a head coach, it's humbling. It is really humbling to watch a man pour himself into that profession and into those relationships, and then see just over time how those relationships breed to those. I mean, I used the example in the paper about ripples, and it was just like ripples. And, you know, you see, and like I said, it has been an honor to be, to some degree, a communicative arm of Coach Napier in these last 2 or 3 years, and have conversations with coaches, and I mean literally across the country, not just local high school coaches, college and pro coaches across the country that would send me an email, a text, see me at a coaching clinic and just say, hey, Coach, tell me about Coach Nape. How's he doing? And I'm going to tell you, it has been truly an honor to be a part of this, and I count it certainly a privilege.
Finally here, before we wrap this up, summarize and it's hard to do, but the courage and the grace that he faced the last 4 years with. I mean, what an example.
You know, I heard a long time ago, life is not defined by our successes. It's defined by the obstacles. And maybe that's a pessimistic way of looking at it. I don't know. I think it's probably a realistic way of looking at it. If that's the case, I can't imagine a stronger message, nor have I seen a louder message than the message that Bill Napier has lived for us. I think about the physical challenges that he had on the football field, and I think about how those physical challenges became serving opportunities for our players and for coaches, and particularly Coach Sparks. We talked about him today. another great man that was a part of our staff that we kind of bundled those guys together sometimes. But I think about the humility and the grace that he just accepted that's what the disease was taken from him. And he stayed true to the message. And the message was that God had created you for a purpose. And it was your job to live that purpose. Not able to control what the obstacles and the successes were going to be, but to live that purpose. And when I think about those physical challenges, I'm just amazed. I think about the communicative challenges that he had, particularly in these last couple of weeks. And I shared something with the team on Friday in our pregame meal. Just the last words I heard him say. And that moment was one of the most powerful moments I ever had, because his last breaths, literally his last breaths, was Bill Napier being who Bill Napier was a coach.
Right.
I saw him affirm and encourage and motivate and direct two young men and two older men, two coaches. And he was being Bill Napier. And, and then last, you just can't miss spiritually what his message was. If you got that last Bible verse, the day that he passed away, that many are the plans of man, but it's the Lord that directs the steps. Proverbs 16:9, which we'll had on our helmets Friday night. In honor to him. He lived that. He took where he was at and what he was given with just an immeasurable amount of grace. And I'm so thankful 7 years ago that God directed me, allowed me, showed me, coincident, whatever, however you want to believe that, to reach out to him to be a part of our program, because the Dalton High program is better today. The Dalton High players are better today. Our staff, our quarterback club, our school is better today because of Bill Napier's presence and influence. And I tell you, there's not one night I won't thank God for the opportunity to spend 7 years with a man that, next to my father, he's probably one of the greatest men that I've ever known. And it's really a blessing.
Very well said. We'll be back in just a minute.
William Bill Napier was born on April 14, 1957 in Salina, Tennessee. Coach Napier played basketball and football at Salina High School. A prolific quarterback, he signed a scholarship to play football at Tennessee Tech. Following graduation, Bill started coaching at Salina K-8 and then Livingston Academy. He and his wife Pam moved to Chatsworth, Georgia in 1982, where he coached at Murray County High School for 25 years. He was the winningest coach in the history of Murray County High School football, serving 16 years as head coach. From there, he went on to coach at Southeast Whitfield, Adairsville, and his last 7 years as offensive coordinator at Dalton High School. Bill was diagnosed with ALS in 2013 and soon after began texting Bible verses and inspirational Christian messages each day to over 400 people until the very day he passed away. He loved coaching and mentoring the youth in our community, not just because he loved the game of football, but because he loved people. He was a wonderful family man who included a lot of people in his family, some that shared his last name and some that he simply shared the same colored jersey. He lived his life with an intentional influence and let not one day pass without letting you know that he loved you. He was a difference maker, not a statement maker. He lived the difference. Jesus said, "You will know my people by their love for others," and Coach Napier loved others. He was a Christian role model for us all and a witness of God's unfailing love, especially as his health deteriorated. He was a blessed man, and throughout his life, he was a blessing to countless others, and even until the end, he honored God with a life well lived. The last verse he sent out on September 26 was from Proverbs 16:9. It stated, "In your heart you plan your life, but the Lord decides where your steps will take you." To the family of Coach Napier, we are thankful that God brought him here to us. Thank you for sharing him with our players and the Catamount family. Coach Napier and his influence will be missed.
Most of us coaches got in this profession to make an impact on young people. But sometimes the young person makes an impact on you.
Welcome to the Catamount Football Show with Coach Matt Land. On tonight's show, we'll take a look back at the game with the Creekview Grizzlies and also talk about this week's upcoming game with the River Ridge Knights. So stay right here, back with more Catamount football in just a minute.
Train like a pro at Performance Sports Academy. Get one-on-one training from former professional and collegiate players, featuring indoor baseball and softball training facilities, ground ball area, 3 pitching mounds, and 4 batting cages. Performance Sports Academy is also available for team rentals. Call 706-537-3169 today and train like a pro at Performance Sports Academy.
You know what makes Carpet Express different from other flooring companies? We care about you so that you can make the right choice for your home. At Carpet Express, we offer carpet, vinyl, wood, laminate, ceramic tile, and luxury vinyl tile. We don't only sell you a product. At Carpet Express, we offer quality installation backed by a warranty. We don't stock 1 or 2 products. At Carpet Express, we stock up to 100 different products in each category at affordable prices. So come to Carpet Express where we care about you.
Hi, I'm Dr. Reginald Sherrill. Are you tired of sweaty underarms and dealing with deodorant stains on your clothes? We're performing a procedure called Mirror Dry. It's safe, non-invasive, sweat and odor-free, deodorant-free. It is clinically proven and FDA approved. I've had the procedure and it really works. The procedure takes about 1 hour, it's local anesthesia, and works immediately. Call our office, Dalton Plastic Surgery, 706-226-3311. 706-226-3311.
I was tired of being limited by my knee pain.
I fell while riding my bike and needed a partial hip replacement.
I was kicking the ball and I felt a snap.
From joint replacements to complex spinal surgeries, Hamilton Medical Center's experts know how to get you back in the game. Quality and expertise matter. Hamilton Medical Center is Joint Commission certified in hip, knee, and shoulder replacement surgery. If pain is keeping you on the sidelines, get your life back with the help of Hamilton Medical Center.
Welcome back to Catamount Football. This week's game was against the Creekview Grizzlies, a very, very good team, and a team, if you were here at the game, you saw a very large team, probably one of the bigger teams that we play. It was a team that had 2 weeks off, as we had. We had chosen to spend our time focused on fundamentals, things that we need to get better at. They certainly had a great game plan for us. They looked at a lot of things that we had done in the previous 4 games and really had scouted us well. They created some little wrinkles for us early in the game on offense as well as defense, doing some things that was off of their tendencies. But our coaches did an outstanding job going in at halftime, making some adjustments and putting our kids back in a better position to be a little bit more aggressive and play a little bit more of Dalton brand football in the second half. Second half, we really felt like we played the game that we wanted to play, which was basically dictating the tempo of the game on offense and defensively knowing that we could not break, but if we bent some, that would be fine because they were a bigger team, and we felt like conditioning-wise that would work to our favor. At the end of the day, the Catamounts come home with a victory. Many people say that it was an ugly win. We've learned that ugly wins are better than pretty losses. So we're going to take that win and we'll learn from it, and we'll be ready this week when we get ready to play the River Ridge Knights. We'll be back after these messages.
Home is a place where all are welcome. It's where the story begins. It's not a place, it's a feeling. Home is where the heart is. At Furniture of Dalton, we handpick each of our 150 brands so that you can find your perfect heart's desire. Come see what you've been missing at Carpets of Dalton and Furniture of Dalton, the destination that brings you home. Exit 328 off I-75.
I was sinking deep underneath.
I was tired of being limited by my knee pain.
I fell while riding my bike and needed a partial hip replacement.
I was kicking the ball and I felt a snap.
From joint replacements to complex spinal surgeries, Hamilton Medical Center's experts know how to get you back in the game. Quality and expertise matter. Hamilton Medical Center is Joint Commission certified in hip, knee, and shoulder replacement surgery. If pain is keeping you on the sidelines, get your life back with the help of Hamilton Medical Center.
Hi, I'm Charles R. Hicks Sr.
Hi, I'm Rick Patton.
Here at Transformers, we specialize in transmission of automatic and manual.
But we also offer all factory scheduled maintenance on all makes and models, along with major and minor repairs on all makes and models.
And all of our remanufactured transmissions comes with a 3-year unlimited mileage nationwide warranty.
We also stock a complete line of BG products to keep your car safe and on the road.
From the Transformers crew, God bless and have a beautiful day.
Welcome back to Catamount Football Show, and we're here with two of our seniors.
I'm Ivan Calderon, number 66, and I'll play offensive line.
I'm Chandler Starks. I'm number 19, and I play wide receiver.
Good deal. Well, guys, it's good to have you here. Certainly, you're here, your senior year. Just let's talk for just a few moments, Ivan. Tell me a little bit about your senior year. I mean, coming into your senior year, what kind of goals did you have for yourself and for the team?
I just wanted to be able to play, more than just right tackle. I want to go play left tackle and a little bit of guard, just instead of being like in one spot the whole year, help out the offensive line, especially like right now.
That's right. And we've had some injuries, right? Yeah. And we've had to kind of move some guys around. Tell me a little bit about, how do you make that transition from, 1 week you're playing tackle and then the next week you got to play guard. How do you do that in your mind?
Well, like when you're playing tackle, you got to know what the person beside you is doing too. So basically, like I've been playing tackle since I've been here the whole time, so I know basically what the guard is doing beside me. So
yeah, you've kind of figured out how to kind of communicate, and you guys talk back and forth, kind of know. Well, that's good. Well, listen, we appreciate all you do. You've certainly been somebody that we've ran a lot of plays behind, and hopefully we're going to run some more behind you, right? Well, Chandler, senior year coming into it, what was your expectations and things you wanted to accomplish?
Well, I wanted to make sure that everybody knew that it wasn't the same team from last year, that we can, make our own games and win our own games and do everything on our own. And so I just wanted to be a part of that and help out any way I can, make some plays when I needed to, and help others make plays when I needed to.
Well, that's a good point. Now, tell me, how do you, when you see, what is your part in that? At wide receiver, certainly at Dalton, everybody knows we're a run-first team, right? But do you sometimes feel that it kind of is less important than passing, or do you feel like, hey, I'm kind of part of this deal?
Well, absolutely. I think it's just as important because you're always going to have runs that, break outside or design runs that go outside like a sweep or something like that. And so you always have to stay on your blocks and make sure that you don't let your guy go because the minute that you do is going to be when they pop outside and that's when they go and get you. So the few times that you actually do or when you're actually being counted on to make that block and make it count, you got to make sure that you do it to the best of your ability.
What's our rule? No block, no rock, right?
That's exactly right.
You don't get a pass.
Got to block to get balls.
That's right. Well, guys, this Friday, certainly we buried Coach Napier, one of our favorite coaches. And just very briefly, what's a memory that you have of Coach Napier?
Well, there's almost too many to take from, but it was just from as early as me being a freshman, him taking us down to football camps and stuff and driving us down there and
that was special.
Definitely times that you'll never be able to forget. And But just being able to talk to him and he'll tell you about every single game from
He knew 'em all, didn't he?
1977 to 2016.
That's good. That's good.
He knew
Well,
every
thank
single
you.
one of them.
That's good. Ivan, what about you? You got a memory?
Mine's probably my freshman year during track season where the shot put players would run the big man relay. And he always would sit there and talk to me before it and watch me run it. And he always just tell me how he loved watching us run.
Yeah, that's awesome. It's probably the last time you've ran around that track. That's awesome. Well, guys, thanks for coming on, and we appreciate all that you do being a part of Catamount football.
Absolutely.
Stay
Thank you.
tuned. We'll be back after these messages.
Train like a pro at Performance Sports Academy. Get one-on-one training from former professional and collegiate players, featuring indoor baseball and softball training facilities, ground ball area, 3 pitching mounds, and 4 batting cages. Performance Sports Academy is also available for team rentals. Call 706-537-3169 today and train like a pro at Performance Sports Academy.
Home is a place where all are welcome. It's where the story begins. It's not a place, it's a feeling. Home is where the heart is. At Furniture of Dalton, we handpick each of our 150 brands so that you can find your perfect heart's desire. Come see what you've been missing at Carpets of Dalton and Furniture of Dalton, the destination that brings you home. Exit 328 off I-75.
I'm Kelsey with the Chick-fil-A here in Dalton, and we're partnering again this year with the Dalton Quarterback Club to provide you an awesome tailgate meal each home game starting at 5:30. Be sure to be here by 6 o'clock for the catwalk and get your Chick-fil-A meal with Coke products sold separately. Chick-fil-A of Dalton reminds you to eat more chicken and go Big Red! Go
The twins came sooner than expected.
The nurses cared for me and my baby.
I chose Hamilton because I trust my doctor.
Hamilton Medical Center is home to beautiful new arrivals every day. Each child and each delivery is unique. Hamilton is prepared with a level 3 neonatal intensive care unit and comfortable rooms and amenities. Hamilton Medical Center, serving you and your family with compassion, healing, and excellence.
Welcome back to our next player segment, and we have with us Harrison Norman, who is a senior outside linebacker, number 15. Harrison, thanks for joining us today. We appreciate it. Just, coming into your senior year, you had an older brother come through, and you watched him and kind of how fast time fly through those years. How are you feeling now? You're in your senior year and you're at that point.
Man, time has just flown by. One of my goals for this year was to take more of a leader role in the team. We lost a lot of players last year, and not only that, a lot of leaders. So that was one of my goals moving forward into my senior year.
Well, good. When you think about you're in your senior year, what are some goals that you kind of set for yourself on the field, not just off the field as far as leadership, but when you thought about coming into this defense, where could you help the defense this year?
Well, I just knew that we needed a player that can make plays, make turnovers happen, get the ball when the offense.
You kind of got your niche. You're more of a hit man. You're not really that cover guy, right?
Right.
That's not your specialty. Well, that's good. This was you're in the middle of our senior year. We're halfway through the season. What's some things you're thinking about for these next 5 games and as we kind of look at the playoffs coming up?
Well, I know I need to make sure our underclassmen are focused, that they're ready to play into the playoffs and know how serious we get when it becomes playoff time. There's a lot of important things going on.
Yeah, that's good. All right, now, obviously, briefly, Coach Napier passes away this week. Certainly heavy hearts that we played with on Friday night. Well, what did Coach Napier mean to you?
Coach Napier, he meant a lot to me. I remember freshman year, one time he called me over there, probably the first time I ever talked to him, and he said, Norman, did you know you had 24 carries against Ocoee? I was like, what? He watched every film from 7th and 8th grade, knew how many carries you had. So
he was the consummate coach, wasn't he?
Yes,
Always
sir.
coaching. We'll appreciate you coming on with us. We'll be back after these messages with more Catamount football.
Hi, I'm Dr. Reginald Sherrill. Are you tired of sweaty underarms and dealing with deodorant stains on your clothes? We're performing a procedure called Mirror Dry. It's safe, non-invasive, sweat and odor-free, deodorant-free. It is clinically proven and FDA approved. I've had the procedure and it really works. The procedure takes about 1 hour, it's local anesthesia, and works immediately. Call our office, Dalton Plastic Surgery, 706-226-3311. 706-226-3311.
So, how you guys doing?
My job starts in Portland in a month.
Can we find a buyer that fast? I think we're good. Our CBX app tells us who the best potential buyers are. We can pinpoint where the hottest prospects are located, right on this map.
2 cities over.
It even lets us set the most accurate price. Wow, it really does all that. It really does all that.
Well, help us pack?
We're working on that.
Welcome back to the highlight portion of our show. And just a great night the other night. Harmon Field is just such a special venue, and the catwalk that we do prior to the game coming in, and just what an awesome time to see all the parts of the Catamount program come together. The other night, probably one of my favorite nights. We honored a couple of different crowds. One was the Dalton Middle School's teams, led by head coach John Patrick, and then our rec league teams. And we got to combine that together and have this special moment of silence for Coach Napier. And it was just an awesome night, and kind of all the things that's good about high school football. As you can tell right here, the team we're playing, very good sized team, a senior-laden team, and a team that certainly we had our hands full with. Just a great opportunity, though, as we said, to kind of enjoy Friday night. Love seeing those guys come out and be ready to go. We're going to miss Coach Mayo during this part. This is normally where he gives us some of the color part of this viewing, but you can see here, release the stars into the heavens, and that was just a great opportunity. Kick the ball off to us. We normally will take the ball first, but we deferred, and they wound up us being able to get the ball first. And 3 and out, we had about 4 of those in a row. Great kick right here by Ivan Moore. Just a phenomenal weapon for us. Defensively, you'll see good-sized quarterbacks, 6'4", 228. They run a lot of quick game, and they try to nickel and dime you, and they did it pretty much down the field and did it most of the night. But you see a great play right there by Roger Quintero. Right here, Jerry Alvarado and Roger again on a key down. They pick up the first down, though, on the next play, come back, and we have a broken coverage. Once again, just a great job of using their routes to kind of get us in the wrong place. And they do a little snickeration on us right here on the opening field goal. So had to kind of get us hooked back in and dialed in. Jameer Gibbs had another solid game for us. We had 3 guys rush for almost 90 yards. Jameer rushed for 12 times for 89 yards. Tice had 17 rushes for right at 90, and JP Ty had 9 rushes for 90 yards as well. So 3 guys literally right there, pretty close. JP does a good job right here pulling it on a zone read, picking up the first down, getting down the field, getting down, and that's certainly what we like to see. And you see right here, sees the end take the bait, and he just replaces it. Good job by Ivan Calderon right there on the tackle, on the block right there on the defensive tackle. Great job right there. We turn the ball over on downs, come back, and they drive the ball down the field. Great break here by Grant Goldberg. Does a great job reading the eyes of the quarterback, sees him bird dogging the receiver, does a great job of beating him to the spot of the throw. So just a great job right there by Grant Goldberg. So we get the ball. Tyus Love just running a little dive play for us. Line did an outstanding job. You're going to see tremendous surge right here. Manny Vega, Mal Leonard, Ivan Calderon, Dylan Cole, Jared Spradlin, Hunter Brummel, and of course Aaron Frere. Just those guys did a great job of controlling the line of scrimmage. Another great job right here by JP on a key to pick up the first down. Another zone read. So the score's 8-0 going into the second quarter. Good job right here by our defense. Just an outstanding job of holding up the line. Key second down right here. Harrison Norman came in. We were Harrison, good to have him back from an injury, and he certainly brings an excitement and a passion to our defense, and so it was really good to have him back. And you'll see right here, does a great job of reading it. He's got a nose for the ball. Does a great job of getting there. Love to see the excitement right there, guys. Keep that up. That's good. So punt the ball down. Fourth down, Nasheer does a good job not letting the ball roll. You'll see right here, he catches it in some tight coverage, but he does a good job there. So come back and we run a little zone play. Just a great job right here by Jameer. Jameer's really become a hard runner. Does a really good job of getting north and south, but we failed to pick up the first down. But we come back right here. Great job right there by Ivan kicking us down and flipping the field again. Another good job right there by Roger Quintero. Of course, Christian Lama and Harrison Hughes coming in and kind of picking up the trash, we call it. So just a great job right there. Roger forces the play. This young man had about 27 carries for almost 150 yards. I think it's right at 143 yards. So he's certainly got a workload. Move the ball down the field, and right here, this is a great break, undercutting the route, and doesn't catch it, but he gets it in the air in this old tip ball drill. And just a wonderful job by Harrison Hughes being focused, being in the right place, and you'll see it right here. Breaks through on the pass. It's a little bit behind him. And a great job by Harrison of coming off the hit and making the catch and getting the ball down the field. So just a great job right there by our defense, making a key turnover. We talk a lot about the fact that we have to make those turnovers, though, count for something other than stealing momentum. So a good job right here. Yendry Cruz is a young man that's really beginning to come along for us and come around and really become part of our passing attack. Great job right here by JP scrambling. That wasn't a call play. He just saw the coverages was there and did a great job of taking, you see right there, Dylan Cole holding the end, really good right there, and kind of giving him the outside, letting him break contain. Another good job right here, throwing into Yendry. Thought he made this. You see it between his legs right there, but that's okay. It kind of helped us suck those guys in, and we put the ball back on the perimeter to Jameer, and here you see a flash of his speed, and a great job right there just trying to get in and score. So just a great job right there by our offense. Good job by Jameer. You'll see it right here. We kind of suck everybody inside, throw the ball outside on a little swing route. Great block downfield by Jaden Montgomery. Just a great job, probably giving up 40 pounds to that young man, and he does a great job of just staying after him. Love to see all those red shirts down there getting excited. That's a key to this game, the passion of the game. So just a great job right there. A good snap, Philip Shealy, good hold by Alexis Magana, and a good kick by Ivan Moore. So we kick off out of the end zone as he normally does, and just a great job right here. Number 4, holding him down. They start moving the ball a little bit, go to a wildcat look right here, and just a good job right there by Lorenzo Garcia. Just a good bull rush. He and Christian Lama doing exactly what they do, controlling the middle of the field. Just a really, really good job. So we go in at halftime, score 8-7. Get a good picture of our board there, and just a half that now you got to go back in and start talking about what you're going to do in the second half. We'll be back right after these messages.
Train like a pro at Performance Sports Academy. Get one-on-one training from former professional and collegiate players, featuring indoor baseball and softball training facilities. ground ball area, 3 pitching mounds, and 4 batting cages. Performance Sports Academy is also available for team rentals. Call 706-537-3169 today and train like a pro at Performance Sports Academy.
It's football time again in Northwest Georgia. Not a lot has changed at the Oakwood Cafe since we filmed last season. We are still serving the same fantastic food we have for the past 13 years. Our staff is many of the familiar faces you consider family. Our catering department is the best in North Georgia, serving over 400 people daily. We love this community and we wake up 6 days a week looking forward to serving you your favorite Oakwood Cafe meal with a smile. Oakwood Cafe in historic downtown Dalton.
Hi, I'm Charles R. Hicks Sr.
Hi, I'm Rick Patton.
Here at Transformers, we specialize in transmission of automatic and manual.
But we also offer all factory scheduled maintenance on all makes and models, along with major and minor repairs on all makes and models.
And all of our remanufactured transmissions comes with a 3-year unlimited mileage nationwide warranty.
We also stock a complete line of BG products to keep your car safe and on the road.
From the Transformers crew, God bless and have a beautiful day.
Home is a place where all are welcome. It's where the story begins. It's not a place, it's a feeling. Home is where the heart is. At Furniture of Dalton, we handpick each of our 150 brands so that you can find your perfect heart's desire. Come see what you've been missing at Carpets of Dalton and Furniture of Dalton, the destination that brings you home. Exit 328 off I-75.
I'm Kelsey with the Chick-fil-A here in Dalton, and we're partnering again this year with the Dalton Quarterback Club to provide you an awesome tailgate meal each home game starting at 5:30. Be sure to be here by 6 o'clock for the catwalk and get your Chick-fil-A meal with Coke products sold separately. Chick-fil-A of Dalton reminds you to eat more chicken
and go be great!
Well, we're back with the second half highlights. Good to have you still with us. We came out at halftime and just kind of talked about the fact that we just needed to keep doing what we do, but we just needed to do it a little bit better. We felt like we had the momentum going in with the score there. You see a great job right there of Kevin Diaz, Grant Goldberg. You'll see right here Kevin Diaz working down the line, Jack Ridley doing a good job forcing the play, and then Noah Bartu does a great job of coming up and making a good hit. Come back and they run just a little zone pass off of play action. Great job of Roger Quintero. Roger probably had one of the best games of his career this week. You'll see just a great job there, and certainly right there was a big play for us and for our defense. So come back and once again our defense just does a fabulous job right there, keeping him contained, keeping him inside. You see right there 75 holding Lorenzo, but he does a great job flushing him out. Jerry Alvarado, they pushed him outside. Felt like right here this was intentional grounding, but they waved it off. So we turned it over, punt to us. Great job right here. We knew we needed to throw some more now that the defense had kind of gotten pegged on them. So we felt opened up now to where we could start throwing the ball in the second half. JP does a good job, good roll out there. Great job by Yendry Cruz catching the ball, getting out of bounds, picking up what we needed. But we do turn it over after 2 first downs. And this right here is the key play. Great job right here, high punt. Young men has trouble fielding. Great job of our guys getting down there. You'll see it. This ball is a mile high. It's probably wet from the moisture. Comes down and just drops the ball. Bless his heart. And it winds up making the recovery. Great job right there by Justin Ketchum getting down and making a key recovery for us. So now we come back and we talk about we got to score. We run 2 plays, come back on this 3rd down. JP does a good job seeing that they over-pursue. You'll see here on the highlight, he'll cut it back, go right back in. Good snap, good hold, good kick. So now we're up 14-8. Feeling pretty good and feeling like we've now got some momentum going in. Once again, right there, another good kick, touchback, back in the end zone. Come back and run just a little zone play. Great job, Christian Lama, Lorenzo Garcia. You'll see those guys working down the line. A slow read play right there by Jerry Alvarado, and does a great job. They punt to us and we come back. You'll see a good job right there by Manny Vega getting a good push. Good pickup right there by Tyus. and allows JP to be able to scramble out of the pocket. Does a good job of getting down the field and then getting up on top of the benches. So good job. Once again, though, good job of Dylan getting him up the field. Manny folding him inside, getting the ball down the field. Good job, JP. It's a good job right there. Good job our receivers blocking back and helping him out. So come back and run a sweep outside. You see something right here that you don't see a lot, the center being pulled, and that's a great job of Isaac right there getting out in front of Tyus. Hard run right here. Tyus does a good job picking up about 4 yards on 3rd down after the first contact. Once again, you'll see him attacking the middle. Good job right there of getting down the field. I think that was Jerry Spradlin. Good job getting down there. He and Isaac. Right there you see a good push by our line, just basically pushing those guys back into the end zone. Easy score right there. Manny Vega, good job right there out of Manny and Aaron and Dylan. Great job right there. And Ivan, good job. Got to control the line of scrimmage. It's still a game about running. That's a great job. So the Cats go up 21-8 with about a minute and a half left. We're still over there. Coach Mayo doing a good job, making some adjustments, kind of going back over some of the things that we did. They do a good job of driving the ball back down the field, taking advantage of a few little things that we didn't do well. And right there you see a young man that really came to work. He did a great job. So we go 3 and out. And this might have been one of the biggest plays of the game. We get a poor snap right there, and Ivan just goes unbelievably fabulous. Kicks the ball out and kicks it about 60 yards, changes and flips the field. And that was huge for us because, as you'll see coming in, it was very critical for us and crucial. Great job right there by our defense, regrouping on the sidelines. You see some of those guys get in there. So they punt to us, and this is a key drive for us right here. We know we've got to come back. We've got to get some distance between us and Creekview, and we need another score. So right there, key 3rd down, you see those guys just getting a push. Look right there. Get in the line, and they just drive and push, drive and push. So great job right there by our offensive line. And then right here was the backbreaker. Quick move right there by Jameer, and then you just see him explode through the middle. Coach Martinez often talks about not running to the hole, but running through the hole. And right there's an example of it. You'll see him get through the hole and boom, come out the backside. Just a great job blocking downfield, but yet nobody blocking behind the runner. And that's what you want right there. So just a great job right there. We'll have to work on our celebration there a little bit. Don't want anybody getting hurt, but a great job right there. And once again, now the score is 28-15. You can breathe a little bit, but they take the ball and come right down the field, and you'll see a big hit right there out of Roger Quintero. Out of Noah Bartu come up and boom, hit him right in the ribs, causes him to throw it high on a key down right there. So big hit right there, big hit. That's a great way to play, Noah. Great job. But they do move the ball down and take it down, and they score. And the young man reaches it over. He's a big old body. So anyhow, the score is 28-22. And this is something we talk about. This is where your offense has to do what they do, which is control the clock. We try to do a good job, or best we can, of only throwing when you need to. You want that clock to not stop rolling. Make a team use their timeouts. And it's really been a while since we've done this, so very proud of our offense and the maturity they showed. And so it's something you got to do. Great job right here of Ty staying around his blocking and staying in bounds, not running out of bounds and getting down. Just a key thing there. So 4th down, I talked with Coach Carpenter and I talked with Coach Bennett, Coach Thompson, a few others, and we made this decision that we needed to go for it. This is a great job by JP right here, getting the extra yardage and moving those chains and keeping it going. So just a great job right there. Another time right here with Tyus inside, and at this point we're just letting our offensive line do their job until we get to the best play in football, as Coach Mayo says, the victory play. So your final 28-22, the Catamounts win on a very important night, a night that we honored our state championship team of 1967. So just a great night, and also honoring the memory of Coach Napier. We'll be back after these messages.
You know what makes Carpet Express different from other flooring companies? We care about you. So that you can make the right choice for your home, at Carpet Express we offer carpet, vinyl, wood, laminate, ceramic tile, and luxury vinyl tile. We don't only sell you a product. At Carpet Express, we offer quality installation backed by a warranty. We don't stock 1 or 2 products. At Carpet Express, we stock up to 100 different products in each category at affordable prices. So come to Carpet Express where we care about you.
It's football time again in Northwest Georgia. Not a lot has changed at the Oakwood Cafe since we filmed last season. We are still serving the same fantastic food we have for the past 13 years. Our staff is many of the familiar faces you consider family. Our catering department is the best in North Georgia, serving over 400 people daily. We love this community and we wake up 6 days a week looking forward to serving you your favorite Oakwood Cafe meal with a smile. Oakwood Cafe in historic downtown Dalton.
Train like a pro at Performance Sports Academy. Get one-on-one training from former professional and collegiate players, featuring indoor baseball and softball training facilities, ground ball area, 3 pitching mounds, and 4 batting cages. Performance Sports Academy is also available for team rentals. Call 706-537-3169 today and train like a pro at Performance Sports Academy.
Hi, I'm Charles R. Hicks Sr.
Hi, I'm Rick Patton.
Here at Transformers, we specialize in transmission of automatic and manual.
But we also offer all factory scheduled maintenance on all makes and models, along with major and minor repairs on all makes and models.
And all of our remanufactured transmissions comes with a 3-year unlimited mileage nationwide warranty.
We also stock a complete line of BG products to keep your car safe and on the road.
From the Transformers crew, God bless and have a beautiful day.
Hi, I'm Dr. Reginald Sherrill. Are you tired of sweaty underarms and dealing with deodorant stains on your clothes? We're performing a procedure called Mirror Dry. It's safe, non-invasive, sweat and odor-free, deodorant-free. It is clinically proven and FDA approved. I've had the procedure and it really works. The procedure takes about 1 hour, it's local anesthesia, and works immediately. Call our office, Dalton Plastic Surgery, 706-226-3311. 706-226-3311.
I'm Kelsey with the Chick-fil-A here in Dalton, and we're partnering again this year with the Dalton Quarterback Club to provide you an awesome tailgate meal each home game starting at 5:30. Be sure to be here by 6 o'clock for the catwalk and get your Chick-fil-A meal with Coke products sold separately. Chick-fil-A of Dalton reminds you to eat more chicken
And go Big Red! Go Dalton!
I was tired of being limited by my knee pain.
I fell while riding my bike and needed a partial hip replacement.
I was kicking the ball and I felt a snap.
From joint replacements to complex spinal surgeries, Hamilton Medical Center's experts know how to get you back in the game. Quality and expertise matter. Hamilton Medical Center is Joint Commission certified in hip, knee, and shoulder replacement surgery. If pain is keeping you on the sidelines, get your life back with the help of Hamilton Medical Center.
Welcome back to the Catamount Football Show. This week's opponent will be the River Ridge Knights, a team from Woodstock, Georgia, a team that we've had some good success as of late against, but a very, very tough opponent. They do a lot of different things and will vary a lot of their fronts. That creates a lot of problems for us on offense. For our defense, when they play them offensively, what we have is a team that had a quarterback running the spread up until about 3 weeks ago, lost him, and they're now running the split back veer. So with that being the case, we really don't know everything we're going to get until we kind of show up Friday night. But we're excited to see what our kids are going to be able to do. Really hope you're able to come out and make it. This week was a tough week for our Catamount football family. We lost one of our dear ones. We lost one of our favorites. We lost Coach Bill Napier, a man who had just been an inspiration to all of us. More importantly, he had been an influence to a lot of us. He never wasted an opportunity to make a difference in somebody's life. As I said earlier, and I've said many times, he was a difference maker. He wasn't a statement maker. He didn't just identify a problem and say, hey, do something about it. He was a difference maker. Rolled his sleeves up, he found a patch of grass, he got a football out, and he made a difference in a young man's life. That's what Bill Napier was about. It wasn't just about football games, it was about changing people and relationships. And I just want to encourage us all, value the relationships that we have in our life. For Coach Napier, it wasn't the quantity of time that he was here on this earth, it was the quality of the time that he was here on this earth. I can think back of so many instances of him being in a car with me, or he and I sitting around at the field house talking, and he was so good at weaving in life and those important messages that we need with the game. And it was just a pleasure to be with him. So to the Napier family, I just want to say to you how much we're going to miss Coach, and we share in your grief, but we also share in your joy in knowing that he's in a better place, and today he has that perfect body. To those of us that are maybe sideline viewers that are watching this from the side, let me just say this, a little bit about the testimony of Coach's life. He really did follow what we call the 3 fundamentals, or the 3 F's. One was he loved his faith. He loved his Father in heaven, and he lived a life worthy of the calling that he had received. Second of all, he loved his family. No greater love as anybody that he'd lay down his life for his friend, and there was never a doubt that he would have laid down his life for any person in his family, whether it was his boys or his daughter or certainly his wife. But what a great opportunity to see a man that loved his family. And last, he loved his football. And he just loved being with the sport. He loved being in the moment. He loved the smell of the grass. He loved the opportunity to be out there with a young man and to be with other men coaching these young men. And so for that, I just want to say to you, maybe the way that we can honor Coach is maybe being what we're supposed to be. Moms and dads, enjoy being a mom and dad. Be a parent. Tell your sons you love them. Tell them how proud you are of them. Tell them how good they do. As coaches, we need to do what we do, which is telling these young men how to become better at what they do. Not just telling them how good they are, but telling them and giving them a vision to see what they can become. More importantly, showing them how to be good dads and how to be good husbands. Last, as players, I think Coach showed one of the greatest examples, and that is never, ever give up. Never, ever get up. Until his last days, he was the consummate coach, always fighting, always encouraging, and always mentoring. And for that, I'm going to be faithful. So with that, let's close the way Coach Mayo always does. We'll see you next week, same cat time, same cat channel.